Time's now 8:15. The unique brilliance of Jon Batiste, along with the soul of New Orleans, is captured in this year's Jazz Fest poster created by New Orleans artist Terrence Osborne. He joins us now to talk about this portrait. Terrence, good morning.
Morning, Kelsey. How are you?
I am well, and you and I got a chance to speak briefly in the commercial break. You were saying there's a whole process that goes into selecting the subject of each year's Jazz Fest poster. Kind of give us a little bit of background on how that works.
So yeah, most people think when they think of the Jazz Fest poster, they think Jazz Fest is doing this poster, right? But Jazz Fest, they do have something to do with it, but they actually subcontract a company called Art for Now to find the artist and pick the subject and make the poster. So essentially, the what I go through is there's this guy named Buddy Brimberg, right? He's sort of like a producer. He's the father of the festival poster. Before him, the festival poster did not exist, right? So he works with me, like I said, sort of like a producer would work with a musician. So I guess we co-created in a way. Yeah,
and so this is your for the sixth time you're creating this year's a Jazz Fest poster, this year's Jazz Fest poster, and the subject is Jon Batiste, a name people who they weren't familiar with before are very familiar with now. Nominated 11 times for the Grammys this year, the most nominated artist, and the scene that you've portrayed him in, or the scene that you've painted him in, is essentially a snapshot out of one of his music videos, him walking right down the street. Tell us more about this picture.
Yeah, when Brimberg approached me about it, what he typically does is he'll come to me with a image or video or something that inspires what he's looking for, right? So the video Freedom came to mind for him. So he said when he looked at the video, he thought of my artwork. That's why he called me for the sixth time to do it. He was absolutely right. I mean, everything about that video is energetic. It just merged right with my ideas. So I use that as inspiration, along with a few other photos and things like that. But that was definitely the basis.
And Terrence, you mentioned the name of that video. The song is Freedom. It's Jon Batiste walking down the street, people dancing in the streets, just celebrating life. And this is our first Jazz Fest after a long time. So it's all kind of coming to life in this picture, if you will. If we can pop that up on screen again, we really want to let people see all the colors and it just exudes celebrating life in New Orleans.
Yes, it does. And that was the idea. And also, this was the first time that the subject of the poster talked to the artist who's producing the poster or who's creating the poster. So I got a chance to talk to Jon a little over when I was about halfway through, and he gave his input. He wanted it to be authentic. So he's like, I want a lady who just came home from Sunday choir practice. I want a bucket boy in there. I want everybody I want the neighborhood to be authentically involved in this second line, which is what he does. Jon, that's what he does.
Absolutely. And you talked to him before and kind of through the process. What was his reaction when he saw the final piece?
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. He was ecstatic. Jon is an energetic character. When you talk to him, he motivates you with his words. So I was happy to meet that. I was happy to make it authentic for him.
Well, Terrence, it's a beautiful poster. I think it's going to be a big seller this year. Again, it just exudes where we kind of are going as New Orleanians, and that's kind of coming out of this pandemic and just back to what we hope is normal life of just celebrating every little thing we possibly can. We appreciate your time this morning and hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.